Of course, he must be checked because right from the time he became governor of Imo State, Hope Uzodinma has been a suspicious governor. We know his antecedent. This is a man who come out and claimed that there is certain late Abba Kyari made him governor. And who is Abba Kyari? Let us look at the personality of Abba Kyari. We know Abba Kyari, where he's coming from. Abba Kyari is a core, unrepentant Fulani. You know what I mean by unrepentant Fulani? You know, these are people who has links with terrorists, Fulani terrorists, S-men, you know, who we are pushing for the concept of ruralization in Nigeria. And that is why they were looking at a way to have access to a particular stronghold, especially the states in the entire eastern Nigeria. And that was why they manipulated that through the judiciary had installed their stooge called Hope Uzodinma as the governor of Imo State.
And Biafra.
Yes, that's what I'm telling you. See, there's a reason for that. There's a reason why Hope Uzodinma, you know, we are installed there as a governor. Nobody elected him. He was installed like we can install any traditional ruler. You know, that was how Hope Uzodinma was imposed against the will of the people of Imo State to do the binding of these terrorists called Fulani herdsmen. Of course, for him to come out openly to say that Abba Kyari made me governor, you know what it means? Just one single person in Nigeria. Then who is Abba Kyari? Let us look at the antecedents of Abba Kyari. These are Fulani, unrepentant Fulani, sponsors of terrorism, sponsors of conquest, sponsors of caliphate in Nigeria. So they wanted that localization after they have entered a secret deal with Buhari to carry out that kind of policy. They now singled out Hope Uzodinma, bribed him, brainwashed him automatically with money. And that was how they brought him there, and he started campaigning for land for Fulani herdsmen in Imo State. He started campaigning, building mosques, did all manner of things, you know, to please his Fulani godfathers. So that was how Hope Uzodinma came about. And of course, look at how he was allegedly to have killed one Ikonso. You know, it was still under Uzodinma. Look at how so many different agitators were killed in Imo State, especially under still Hope Uzodinma. Hope Uzodinma, nobody is comfortable with Hope Uzodinma as a governor in also Uzodinma will have always been suspicious of him. And that is why the American military veterans of Igbo extraction came up with that verdict that Hope Uzodinma is an enemy of not only Igbo, the entire Biafra, you know, the entire existence of Biafra. Hope Uzodinma is behind so many ordeals that have befallen southeastern states, as the case may be. And for those people to come up and take such decision, you know that to an extent that is a wonderful proof. Hope Uzodinma is not going to escape it. He has only few years to stay in Imo State, and that is just
How
the
come he
truth.
won a second term election?
Yes, that's what I'm telling you now. Under APC, under Buhari, of course, you know, that's what they wanted. But thank God for the strong opposition that met the Ruga policy. If not, we shouldn't be talking about the little peace that is existing if at all, in Imo State. Of course, at least by now, 30% of land in Imo State would have been given to Fulani herdsmen to build their ruga, and then cow everywhere, you know, moving up and down. That was what Hope Uzodinma wanted. Of course, that was part of the deal that brought him to governor, and he need to obey it. If he obey it, of course, he's putting his life at risk. So that's the reason why a lot of fingers are pointing towards him. See, Hope Uzodinma is a very dangerous person. If we're looking at his past and his antecedents, we know what he did, you know, during the era of Madumere or something. You know, the one of the popular governorship candidates at that time. You know, we know that Hope Uzodinma is not somebody we can rely on. And now that the satellite is on him as an enemy of Igbos and Biafrans, in fact, Hope Uzodinma knows actually that at the end of the day, you know, he might not see any particular space to squeeze himself in the committee of Igbo and Biafran nations in time to come.
It seems he's bold in his actions. He doesn't care.
He is not bold. He's
No,
because he's a governor of Imo State. He looks as if he's bold. He's not bold anything. You know, when you push them to the wall, look at Bello, you know, Kogi State governor that was jumping up, Yaya Bello that was jumping up and down. Look at him. But brother, if you don't have anything to fear, go and face the consequences of what you have done. Why are you hiding until the present governor of Kogi State came, Ododo, Governor Teme came and rescued him? You know, whether he was smuggled, whether the FCC were still standing there online, holding gun, some facing looking southwest, some looking northeast, southwest, and they were able to smuggle Bello. You know?
Allow them pass.
No, of course, that's what I'm telling you, that Nigeria is a banana republic. You know, look at that kind of drama. Can that kind of thing happen in a civilized nation, in a civilized world, a place like America, where they are sure that this one is a particular. Look at the same thing with Rochas Okorocha. What the EFCC was it? We have not even gotten to his house. He has gone under the bed. He has started praying. He has started messing up himself. But all these guys you see that they are human beings, they are nothing. It's because they have these guns around them. They have these soldiers around them. Have police. They are see they are powerful. Who made them powerful? They are not. They are ordinary walking stick like any other person on the street. That's the fact. So at this point in time now, the IPOB need to open it very well and make it very clearly that we are beginning to single them out and put them in a place they deserve. The likes of Uzodinma in the entire eastern Nigeria deserve a particular place. Of course, there was the second allegation was that, you know, he was also behind the continuous incarceration and illegal detention of Nnamdi Kanu. They don't want Nnamdi Kanu to be released because they know that Nnamdi Kanu has the entire influence of Biafra and Southeast in his hand. That anything Nnamdi Kanu says becomes law and order. Nobody, is a law person more popular? Can you compare what Uzodinma with the personality of Nnamdi Kanu? Of course, no. He made the governor. Fulani made the governor. There's no comparison between Hope and Nnamdi Kanu. There's no comparison at all. Nnamdi Kanu has built a legacy that in the next 200 years he has written his name on gold. Who can Uzodinma be able to, you know, equate that kind of record Nnamdi Kanu has made over time? But I'm talking to you, this not because of due respect to Dim Odumegwu. We shouldn't be talking about anything less than that. Nnamdi Kanu has made it, has impacted life. Look at what is happening. Even in the Yoruba, you saw what happened in Oyo State. And they're saying that these are the people that Nnamdi Kanu bred. Yes, there was allegation like that. That Nnamdi Kanu has bred a lot of agitators that want to.
They have declared an interim government in Yoruba land.
Yes, well, let me tell you, whichever way they're going to look at it, what has come. The impact has been done. There's no two ways about it. And the people has come out to make a certain pronouncement that those people you are holding in your state, and you call them whatever name you want to call them, they are not playing. And none of those agitators that were captured has ever regretted what they did. It tells you that what is coming behind might be greater than what we are seeing. And they have come to say, if eventually anything happen to them, both Sheyi and Tinubu will write their name. Of course, let me not go to that angle. Of course, we are getting closer. But unfortunately, a lot of them have come out to say that, you know, this Nnamdi Kanu fruit of the labor, disciples. You know, that's what they're saying. Because the guy has successfully, with that gun, is it not a miracle? With that gun, you know, open the eyes of millions of blacks in Africa, and then people begin to return to consciousness. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
So
the spirit of Biafra is the spirit of liberation.
yes, that is why I said that. That's why they said that in Biafra, Africa died. But unfortunately, you know, what we are seeing in Biafra now, like in 1999, let me give you a typical example why I still have some reservations for, not against Ralph Wazirike. In 1999, there was an exhibition in the United States of America where different world leaders were attending that conference, and there was this exhibition on the entrance of that location, or where they are conducting that this thing. At the entrance, a certain thing was drawn like a human being, you know, but that human being have the colors and the symbol of Biafra. And we have a doctor with stethoscope, you know, trying to test the man that was lying on the sick bed, you know, and whether to know whether he is alive or what, dead. Then the doctor happens to be the United Nations, and the man supposedly lying on the sick bed is Biafra. So to the world, they thought that Biafra is dead. And when the doctor now tested and he saw that this man they say is dead is not dead though, he still have life in him. That is how the concept of Biafra. And Obasanjo was amazed to see that kind of exhibition at an international trade fair. You know? And then coming back, the issue of the three ethnic laws emerged from Nigeria at once. There was OPC, there was Masop, and of course the Ariwa. Three in 1999 to date. And that was why the American government, as at that time, one of the White House security chief issued a warning that Nigeria will break. And look at the happening from 2015 that was predicted to date. Everything that is working now is working against disintegration. It's working for disintegration of Nigeria. Everything. To the surprise of many, we started having people like Sunday Igboho. We started having somebody like Professor Kintoye. Now, suspiciously, they have seen that Igboho and Professor Kintoye seem to be aligning with the demons that have destroyed Nigeria over the years. And that was why Abiola Onitiri, who was once a former governor, aspirant in Lagos State, and some other notable Yoruba activists. Yeah, yes, it's not easy. Go and see them. Most of them are in diaspora. Most of them are here.
You mean that declaration in Nigeria?
Of course. No matter how you see it, it might not be in Nigeria. This is an era of internet. Anybody can stay anywhere. But what I'm saying is that he did not get from that responsibility of what happened in Oyo State. No matter how red tagged they look at it, a message has been passed. And choosing Oyo State as a state for that execution of hosting of Oduduwa flag tells a lot of story. Yes, it tells a lot of story. So, and they have come to issue a press release telling the government that those people you are seeing there, that nothing will happen to them. Because it has started. But what we are getting from Abuja, that this is Nnamdi Kanu's disciple. This is what Nnamdi Kanu has bred. Everything that happened in Nigeria is pointed towards Nnamdi Kanu. This is a man that has no gun. This is a man that has no bullet, has no armored tank, has nothing, but spoke to the consciousness of the truth. And today, you can see more millions of agitators are everywhere. But what surprised many was all of a sudden the Yorubas seem to have woken up from their consciousness, even though they felt that Igboho and Professor Kintoye has disappointed them by aligning. Now they cannot come out and start supporting anybody in this government. So that's why you are seeing that they are seeing some Igboho and Professor Kintoye to have derailed from their objectives. And that's why he said, if you look at what he said democratic republic. That's Onitiri Abiola. Democratic Republic of Yoruba nation. So it tells you a lot of things. So whether they like it, whether it was poorly carried out, the fact is that at that government house, Seyi Makinde still have some questions to answer. Because the Nigeria flag was brought down and Oduduwa Republic flag was raised. right in front of his office. So don't rule out. See, most of these things happen. They are reading the handwriting on the wall. And don't be surprised that at the end of the day, maybe they have seen what Ojukwu have seen 100 years ago, what Nnamdi Kanu has seen over 30 decades ago. Maybe they are beginning to see it. That's why I always say it. It's not a matter of being, it's not a matter of pride. Igbos are pace setters anywhere they are, both in Africa, anywhere. They are pace setters. If a black man need to define himself, he need to study the Igbo. The Igbo represent liberation in everything they do. Igbo represent reform. Igbos represent innovation in every sector. Forget they are not in the kangaroo government of Nigeria. No, it does not mean anything. Even if Obi become president of Nigeria, that one is by the way. Nobody cares. Nnamdi Kanu will not give a hoot about that. Nnamdi Kanu is focused. They are not like Sunday. Why would Sunday making statements encouraging this type of government? Why would anybody say, okay, Tinubu should go and arrest them? The same thing you did. Another person from your clan did it. You said Tinubu should go and arrest them. Because I don't know what is wrong with these people. Maybe they need Nnamdi Kanu's certain a form of education and orientation to understand and so that they will properly define where they are coming from and what actually they want. See, I don't want a situation where the entire Southwest will ask for recolonization of the Biafrans. That would be too damaging for them. Yes, it can happen. Because see, they can't continue like this because the problem the Fulanis are looking at, the only problem the southern Nigeria is having is at the Yorubas.
The politicians.
Not even the politicians. Because of religion. That's the truth. So as it stands now, Uzodinma should know that at the end of the day, he cannot be able to unlock that door of escape.